It's week 3 and we still have some catching up to do. The pay-per-view is fast approaching, but can we get our roster ready for it? Let's find out, shall we? Let's run the intro. Hello everybody, my name is Bragster and welcome back to Tag Team Turmoil, where it is week 3. The pay-per-view is fast approaching at this point. WrestleMania Backlash, I think it is fast approaching. We are 8,000 fans behind Raw, but we do have that little bit of extra cash in our pocket. And maybe we're building up our rivalries a little bit better than they do. We'll only know at the end of the next pay-per-view. But we've got to get past this show first. Let's put the show, shall we? Okay, before we book the show, I just want to show you the absolute state that this roster is. So, sorting them by popularity, my champion is all the way down here. This is awful. And my most popular star is Eric of the Viking Raiders. What have I done to myself at this point? What have I done? Jesus Christ. I mean, we need to boost up Chad Gable because this is embarrassing. I mean, Eric might be in line for the next title shot at this rate. Bloody hell. But I just wanted to show you the absolute shambles that this is. The fact that he's now my top star. Bloody hell. So here is our show, but it's an absolute mess. There is so much to walk you through here. I'll run you through it and then we'll start talking about the issues that we've got. So we're kicking off with a tables title match where Naomi will face off against Natalya for the title and Shayna Baszler will run in on Naomi, mainly because, actually looking at the roster, Natalya has this rivalry with Banks, which I don't really mind, I'm not gonna lie. But obviously Shayna has this thing going on with Royce, but I don't really want that at all. And Naomi doesn't have a rivalry at the moment. So it either will start a rivalry between Baszler and Naomi, or it won't. And we just get that title match away from us, this exclusive title match. We get that away, right? Then we got a call-out promo where Randy Orton will call out Eric. And then immediately after that, we have Riddle facing off against Ivar for just as this normal singles match. Nice little one out the way. Peyton Royce is in a self promo to get her popularity up, hopefully. Then we've got Xavier Woods versus Otis, which Otis wanted a rematch, so he's getting the rematch literally this week. We're just going to do it. Sasha Banks is going to do a charity promo because it was probably the best thing we could do, really. Unless we want to ask for money, maybe advertising promo. But this one's got a chance of popularity boost. Advertising, I don't feel like we need money. Oh, we might do, actually. Do you know what? We're going to change it to an advertising. We need the money. And then the main event is going to be a title match where Kofi Kingston will face off against Chad Gable for the Universal Championship in an Extreme Rules match. We made the top 2 special matches just to double check and make sure that they are better than the mid-card matches. Fingers crossed that actually happens. But yeah, basically the mess that we have at the moment, if you look at our roster, is... Shall we just go for roll, right? Yeah, cool. Right, you can see this problem at the bottom. 4 heel females, 2 face females, but both of the faces are cruisers, which means they do not match up with any of the heels apart from Natalya, and even they don't match up, meaning we need more faces. So... And don't worry, this week there is literally no one we can get apart from, female-wise, apart from Trish Stratus, who isn't in a tag team. That's fine. She's not traditional for being in a tag team, so I don't mind that. Basically, what I want to know is what female tag teams are we going to consider here? Because I've realised that 6 is a bit ridiculous. having to work around 6 women that don't work together is really, really hard. Now, obviously, if there are no other women's tag teams, we have to go with this. But if there are others, please just tell me. Because I'm literally struggling here. I'm pulling my hair out, to say the least, with the women's roster. It's really hard to book the women's roster at the moment. Now, with the men's roster, now there are people like Jimmy Uso who I would like to bring in, but the problem is his contract doesn't quite work out. Technically, Fandango and Tyler Breezango, I wouldn't mind. Lucha House Party, obviously, is in there as well. But yeah, basically, I need recommendations for tag teams to include. Because this roster is scarce, and it's becoming awfully hard to keep the matches fresh. As you can tell, we've got no tag team matches on the roster this time, just because there was literally no way we could do it. Once I decided I wanted the women's title match, that ruled out any women's tag team match, and I need to progress the World Championship rivalry, so then that just ruled out the other ones, otherwise it'd get a bit repetitive. So yeah, just do leave your suggestions in the comments down below as to what tag teams to consider, because this is becoming awfully difficult. Now, if it is just going to be this difficult from here on out, that's fine. But I don't want to miss out any tag teams that seem quite obvious. Now, on the men's side, it's fine. You've got the likes of Imperium that we can choose. As I said, Lucha House Party, technically. Breezango, because they were both released as a tag team pretty much. So I don't mind using those, similar to Peyton Royce and Billy Kay, you know. But it is becoming awfully difficult. So do put your suggestions in the comments down below, just in case I am missing anyone that is reasonably obvious, especially on the women's side. Please recommend some women tag teams that maybe I'm just overlooking, because holy how it's difficult. But anyway, with that being said, let's run the show, shall we? Oh, without that, I forgot to run you through the show logistics. Now, we could have gone to the Capital Wrestling Centre, but I've chosen to go with the optional goal, just because it ups our show quality just that little bit more. To be fair, we do probably need the money, so let's go with the Capital Wrestling Centre. And then you've got the Gorilla Crew, again, fills the optional one. We've got the biggest ones we can get, is basically what we've got, but we do fulfill a lot of the optional goals, which is brilliant, bloody brilliant. So, with that being said, let's run the show now. So, the opening contest, it is Naomi versus Natalya for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Shayna Baszler is running in on this match. Who's going to win? Natalya wins. We needed that, and that's a great match, and it starts a rivalry between Baszler and Naomi. That's good. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to do the rivalry between Baszler and Naomi, really, because they don't match up. However, if worse comes to worse, they're the best matchup we've got right now. Okay, that is plain and simple. They're the best matchup we've got, so we're going to go with that, other than the main title feud, which I will now run as Natalya versus Sasha Banks. Next up, we've got Randy Orton calling out Eric of the Viking Raiders. Eric is, I think, our most popular star. I might have been wrong, but I thought he was. I think he's our most popular star. It's a good promo by Randy. Doesn't up the. It doesn't up the rivalry that I got there eventually. Next, we got Riddle versus Ivar. Who's going to come out on top on this one? Okay, bro, really need a win here. They do get a win with Riddle. It's a 2-star match. That is not good at all, but it does start a rivalry, which is good. We do need as many rivalries as possible to be going forwards, so that's really good for us. Brilliant. Peyton Royce is doing a South promo. Can she get some popularity? She does, only 2 popularity, but 2 popularity is better than nothing. She's on the show. It's going to help her out a lot. Brilliant by Peyton Royce. Thank you very much. Next up, we've got Xavier Woods versus Otis. Who's going to come out on top on this one? Otis comes out on top. They're 1-for-1 at the moment, and it's a 3-star match. That's a bloody good match, actually. For one that didn't really improve the rivalry, that's a very good match. Next up, we got the advertising promo, which was excellent. It does get us $12,000. but it does lower Sasha Banks' popularity by 1, but by 1 is not much at all. She'll regain that in an instant. And finally, the main event, Kofi Kingston versus Chad Gable for the Universal Championship in an Extreme Rules match. Who's going to win this one? It's Kofi Kingston. We've got a new champion in Kofi Kingston in a 4-star match, and it does grow the rivalry. That is amazing. Wonderful match by those guys. That is our best show yet by a country mile, in my opinion. And we're over to Raw now, where Austin Theory and Damian Priest are facing each other in their level 3 rivalry, even though it shouldn't be. Austin Theory wins. It's now a level 4 rivalry in 3 weeks. Explain that one to me, because I have no idea how that happened. We got Becky Lynch in a South promo. She does a very good one. She's up to 85 popularity now. That's a bit ridiculous. We've got Rhea Ripley versus Indy Hartwell, with Lacey Evans running in on Rhea Ripley. Who's going to come out on top here? It's a tables match. Rhea Ripley comes out on top in a 3.5-star match. I think that was better than the opener. If that was better than the opener, that is not good for them. Next up, we have R-Truth calling out Brock Lesnar yet again. It grows the rivalry to a level 2. Wonderful stuff. And then we've got John Cena versus Roderick Strong. They are really running with this rivalry. I don't mind it. I quite like it. As John Cena picks up the victory in a 3-star match, and this rivalry grows to level 3. Brock Lesnar in the South promo, he's going to get above 80. No, he's not. It's not a very good promo, and it doesn't boost his popularity whatsoever. Now a big match, if I've seen one myself. Omos and Cameron Grimes facing off against Pete Dunne and Apollo Crews. The winner will win the Raw Tag Team Championships. Who's going to come out on top here? Omos and Cameron Grimes win the Tag Team Championships. They're going to the moon, and they are getting those tag titles under their belt. Remember, we've still got the women's tag titles that we've got underneath our belt. But that's one of the other reasons why we need another women's tag team, because we're struggling to put those tag belts on anybody right now. You know, it's very hard to balance. But there we go. Their Raw didn't do very well with their booking. Very consistent show for Raw, though. Whereas ours followed the expectation perfectly. A 3.5-star opener, dips in the middle with a 2-star and a 3-star, and then it ups for the main. It's almost perfect booking by me, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's pretty much perfect booking there. As a lot of rivalries grew exactly what we wanted to, which is perfect. A rivalry did grow in the opener, it's just not showing on the bottom as well. And then for them, it was a poor opening match. It wasn't good enough. You should have swapped one of the mid-card matches for it. You should have switched the tables match for it. I don't know why they didn't, to be honest, especially when the other one's got a stipulation. But hey ho, that's not me to judge. But yeah, let's have a look. Who have we managed to gain fans on them? Well, we managed to gain 86,000 fans and only $29,000 as well. We didn't gain that much money. It's really hard to gain money, I'm finding at the start of this. I don't know why we're struggling so much. Holy crap, Shayna just blindsided Naomi. Loving this. Looking forward to next week. Kingston and Chad Gable, both brilliant at Extreme Rules matches. That is what you like to see. That's why it was a 4-star match so early on. So that is the pay-per-view match right there. Chad Gable, Kofi Kingston, Extreme Rules match. That will be happening at the pay-per-view. And I'm pretty sure if we grow that rivalry enough, that should be a 5-star classic. So that'll be absolutely perfect for us. Shayna Baszler said it's hardly a surprise Naomi lost. I love that. But yeah, that's a good week for us. Are we still number 2 though? We are still number 2. Oh no. Injury rehab, yeah, because the commissioner goal was to have a run-in, so we managed to get that. That's perfect for later on in the series, not necessarily now, I would say. We don't really want to use too many of our cards just now because, you know, we're just starting off. Unless it's going to help us money-wise, I don't really want to use stuff. Now, when you go to Raw, we got 86,000, they got 81,000, so we have gained on them, but they've gained a lot more money than we have. They gained $35,000, which is really, really annoying, actually. I don't understand why they managed to get so much more money than we did, even though we used the best things we could, but God knows I haven't got a clue. I'm trying to work this game out as I go along. 81,000 though for them, so that we did manage to beat them. But Rhea Ripley has a great feel for tables matches. That's good to know for them. And I mean, yeah, the rest of it doesn't really matter. Cruz and Pete Dunne have been taking their fair share of hours apparently. Now they get DQ'd and everyone is calling them losers. Oh, bit of tension in the Raw camp. But they are ranked number 1. And as you can see here, 3,000 fans. That's all it is right now. We do still have more money than them. We do still have more money than them. But 3,000 fans different. This feels like proper old school Smackdown, by the way. Like, maybe not necessarily with Kofi as champion, but it does feel like that with, like, the up-and-comer. You've got Raw with the big stars, Becky Lynch and Brock Lesnar, and then you've got us with Kofi and Natalya, you know, which I really do like. I really do like that. But we are just behind on fans, but we are winning on money, so hopefully we can get someone new in next week that's going to really help us out. As we move 1 week until WrestleMania Backlash, we've got a lot of emails here. You're not going to like this, but none of Gable's, Naomi, Sasha can take part in this week's show. No. You're joking. No. They just vetoed half my roster. No, not now. So we can't improve the Gable Kingston rivalry before the pay-per-view. No. Oh, no, that's horrid. Naomi, we can't use Naomi or Sasha Banks. That's both of our baby faces on the women's roster. Oh, we're in so much trouble. We are in so much trouble. Oh, no. Just a note of caution that Natalya's below 40 stamina-wise. I don't care. She's going to have to fucking wrestle. You just banned half of my bloody roster. For goodness sakes. Superstars, yes. I know how this works. Thanks for my title rematch. Anytime, Naomi. You cannot bugger off, apparently. I'm a little disappointed, but that's on me. Yeah, that's fine. Billy Kay. Right. Hey, boss, I've been talking with Royce a lot lately, and she had a great idea that we should team up for a tag match. Well, funnily enough, I've wanted to do that. I just have no baby faces for you to face. Oh, my God. In the next few weeks, sure, yeah. Let's see how you work as a team. Oh, my days. I've been absolutely rocked with that. Looking at our roster, they've been vetoed. So we are down to how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've got 11 people for next week's show. 11 people for next week's show. We are down to the bare bones. Oh my days. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But that brings this episode to a close. That's right. It brings it to a close. Thank you guys for watching. We are absolutely screwed for next week now. Absolutely screwed. That's an absolute bombshell that has been dropped on us there. That is ridiculous. But yeah, if you have enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit that like button. Do comment anything down below. Comment down below some people I need to sign. And if you're new here, please subscribe for more stuff like this. I shall see all of you for the most shambolic show in the next episode. See ya! Oh, that's absolutely screwed me. That's absolutely screwed me. I've got no chance. I've got absolutely no chance.